4 alongside Teddy Atlas, and we welcome you to the New York City Arena here at Midtown Manhattan for tonight's main event. 12 rounds among heavyweights between these two great warriors. George Foreman's making his way to the ring right now, and you can just see in his eyes what his intentions are tonight. Peters has got his eye on the prize. Look at that focus and determination during his ring walk.
Fighting out of the blue corner, Big George Foreman. His opponents in the blue corner, please welcome the Cobra, Peter.
Okay, guys, we went over the rules in the dressing room. Let's touch gloves.
Everybody's been waiting for these two to meet up. Now they do, as round one is underway.
Two guys that can really take each other out. What's the best means of defense?
Well, if one guy says to himself, I'm not the power puncher, then he has to be smart. He has to be technically solid in all areas. He's going to have the edge.
To dismiss his opponent's shot, and then comes back with an uppercut. Throws a counter punch there. Able to block that away. It was targeted for his head. Oh, and he's got something for him himself, and it's a left hand. He scored well after being hit himself. Accuracy an issue there. Didn't land that straight right hand. George Foreman blocks that punch. And coming upon the halfway mark of this 3-minute round. Big block by Big George. Good block by the Cobra. He got hit. Oh, now the uppercut.
It's been a recent trend, Teddy, where we've seen in the heavyweight division a lot of Eastern Europeans dominating. Why do you think that is?
Same thing in basketball. I don't think they're the better athletes, but you know what? There's an urgency. There's a real hunger. This is their opportunity. The fighters over here, and the basketball players for that part, they have too many options here. Over there, they make the most of it, and fundamentally, they're very sound.
Blocks it away. Final 10 seconds. We come to the end of the round. A round that I'm having a tough time trying to think about who won. I can only imagine what the judges are thinking about. Teddy, if there's one thing you look for in a round like that and say, okay, I'm going to give it to this guy over this guy, what is it?
Well, the first thing is, if I'm a judge, I take a little notepad and I make a little mark down, blue and red corner, what he did early. Because sometimes a judge has a tendency to forget what was done early and only go with what went late.
Here's one for you now, he says, right back with the left hand. See, the defense pays off as he gets rid of that downstairs. tried and true method that works out very well. The counterpunch landing by Peter. And that is not what his opponent really wants. He's backed up against the ropes. That's great stuff. He fires one right back after taking one. Gotta love the work by George Foreman. Good-looking counterpunch. He takes a shot and then commits to giving one right back. Devastating blow by Peter. Halfway through round number 2. One of the most famous calls in all of sports broadcasting is down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. Well, there's a reason down went Frazier. It was because of the big shots of George Foreman. That
was one of the great calls, of course, by Howard Cosell. And it was not just a big shot, it was the right plan shot. See, that's where Foreman deserves a little credit for being more than just a hulking guy, a powerful guy. He picked the right punch, the uppercut, the perfect punch at that moment to land on Joe Frazier.
Able to dismiss that body shot. And a smart counterpunch by Peters. Peters is shoving his opponent there. Blocks the headshot. And this round comes to an end. A round that was highly entertaining. They put forth a non-stop effort.
Well, that's the styles that they figured to bring to this fight. Both guys with good motors.
And round number 3 is underway. Nice block that time. It was intended to the head. And a good counter by Peters. That worked out really well. Throwing off the right hand after getting tagged like that. That was not well targeted by Peters. He returns the favor with a right hand of his own. Those uppercuts that George Foreman was able to land on Joe Frazier and winning the heavyweight title, they were lifting Joe Frazier off the ground.
You know, Joe Frazier, because of his style, as terrific as he was made to order for George Foreman.
Block by Peters. Coming to the halfway point of this 3rd round. He got hit right there, but he also gave one. Solid effort by George Foreman. Way to block there. Lands the counter. How is he able to do this? How is he able to take these shots?
You know, one time Muhammad Ali talked about taking a chin. He had one of the great chins of all time. And what he basically talked about was that when you start to get hit those shots, you start to go down a hallway, and then you go into a gray room. You go from a light room to a gray room, and at the end of the hallway, you see a dark room. You don't want to go to that dark room. And you have a choice. You put your feet down and you start backing up. I'm not going to that dark room. This guy is not being taken to that dark room.
George Foreman's cut is right near his eye. That's the last place his corner's going to want to see any damage. Gets rid of that body shot. As we come to the end of the round, Joe and Teddy with you ringside. Teddy, that's one of those rounds where I wonder what were the judges looking for, because it's tough to kind of draw a line between those two fighters.
Yeah, very close, but one of those rounds where you could steal it. You did a little bit more in those last 30, 20 seconds. Maybe that's the impression the judges are left with.
George Foreman's got to deal with a cut sheet. Dismisses his opponent's headshot. Not hitting his mark there, going upstairs. Accurate counter punch by Peters. Blocks it away. Smart counter punch by Peters. What a great job. He gave one right back in return. Nice work by George Foreman. He's committed to that left hand, and it's working out. Reaching the halfway mark of this round. Oh, and there you go. George Foreman's in a bad place right now. He was tagged. There's the headshot, but he parries it away. Able to defend and then go on the offensive. Able to dismiss his opponent's shot and then comes back with an uppercut. Good clean shot, returning fire. Well done by George Foreman. Foreman dismisses that with a block. Return to sender. He gives him back one of his own. And we come to the end of the round, and he really got to his opponent that time, Teddy. He stunned him.
Oh, he stunned him. He's hearing a little tweeting going on, a little singing from the birds in his head.
George Foreman's doing what happens to many who have been hurt. Now, he was stunned in this fight earlier, and you can see him almost wishing he could put a protective shell around himself. He's just all about the defense right now.
Yeah, well, right now it's got to be all about him trying to be Tom Cruise. He's got to be an actor. He's got to look for an Academy Award and stop doing that. If we can see that, his opponent can see that. He has to con his opponent, not let him know that this is what he's feeling.
Teddy, is this becoming a mental thing with him? I mean, he's not firing off the big power punches. I got to wonder why.
You know, that's a good question. Sometimes a guy is making a silent agreement in his mind that maybe if I don't hit him hard, he won't hit me hard back. He's not confident enough now to throw the punches without worrying about what will come back at him.
What a fight. What a great, great, non-stop action fight this has been. There he is, working the body. Teddy, you know what I'm so impressed by? Obviously, the pace of this fight is just ridiculous. But how hungry these guys are. How badly each guy wants it.
Joe, this is the kind of fight that it has nothing to do about money. It has everything to do about legacy. How they're going to be remembered.
Good stuff in the opening 2 minutes. A minute to go in this round. Peters is moving. There it is. George Foreman's in a bad spot right now. He's been stunned.
Come on, work it out.
Oh, what a great ability to recover. Good block by George. Showing you some defense there with the block. Just not there. Straight right hand off the mark. Now this round comes to an end. Joe and Teddy with you ringside. This is one of those fights, Ted. It just feels like to me where it's going to be tough to really score. I mean, it's been a close fight.
Yeah, it's a hard fight to score because you have one guy maybe a little busier, but the other guy makes up for it because he's a little heavier with those blows. So it's a matter of maybe the taste of the judges, what they prefer.
Covers up nicely, gets rid of his opponent's body shot. Peters' movement helped out there. He avoided that punch. Well, we told you it could be this kind of fight, and as advertised thus far. Staying away from those headshots with his defense up top. Blocks that belt line well. Lands the counter. George Foreman showing a great ability to adjust. He was stunned earlier, but you can see he has changed things up stylistically.
Hey, look, Joe, I was watching a football game in my room this afternoon, and you know what? The team was running the ball. All of a sudden, the run was taken away, so they started passing. I give him credit. You know, he's making an adjustment. He's trying to win the ball game. Well, he's trying to win this fight.
You think back to George Foreman and his early days, and I think one of the visions that most fans remember is holding that tiny little American flag in the Mexico City Olympic Games in 1968 after claiming gold.
You know, that's an interesting point because Foreman's not known as a guy with great personality. You know, he's a guy who's a disdainful-looking guy. You know, he's a guy that kind of reminds you almost of a Sonny Liston. He tries to intimidate you. He does intimidate you with his power, with his size, but at that moment, he showed that he has personality, that it's inside him.
Great fight. I mean, just a great fight. Both guys giving their all back and forth.
It doesn't get much better.
What a good counterpunch by Peters. 60 seconds to go in what has been a toe-to-toe war. Oh, what a great round. Took a shot, now he gives a left. A well-placed left hand by Peters. George Foreman's got some swelling that now you figure his opponent's going to target. Throws a counter punch there.
to the halfway point of what has been a very highly competitive bout. And Teddy, if it stays that way throughout this night, then this is going to be an all-time classic. Not able to connect with the uppercut. Good block by George. George Foreman's eye, to me, is getting worse as things continue on here. Teddy, he's got to be very conscious of that, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does, and his corner has to be, too. They got to be thinking about, if it gets to a point where he can't defend himself, they have to do something. Obviously, they didn't come here thinking they were going to have to do. Stop this fight.
Tried to land. Oh! Peters is almost out of it there. He was stunned. Foreman's showing some real guts here. Hey, this fight was not going his way at all, but somehow he has gathered momentum.
Yeah, he behaved like a fighter. He got through the tough times, and now guess what? Good times in front of him.
He was damaged moments ago, but now he's got his feet back underneath him. Right back to the work up top. Oh, he just misses with that headshot. George Foreman blocks that punch. Pulls the trigger right away with the left hand after getting tagged himself. George Foreman's eye is nearly swollen shut here, Teddy. This thing gets much worse. He's not going to be able to defend himself properly.
No, it is up to his opponent in his opponent's corner to throw the punches that can take advantage of that. The right hands.
We could see a stoppage here. Good defense, just covering up down low. A nice block by Peters. There it is! George Foreman's armor penetrated that time with a hook to the body. Good counter punch. End of the round here. Joe and Teddy with you ringside. It's turning out to be a very good fight because it's very competitive. It's one of those fights that's really hard to score.
Yeah, it is hard to score. It's going to be up to the judges now. Hopefully, they've been watching the way they need to watch, and they're competent enough to make sure that it's not just a matter of who's throwing, but, you know, who's really landing.
Able to defend and then go on the offensive. Good block by Peters. Peters is making me real curious here, Teddy. I wonder, should he be sticking with this style after being rocked in this fight?
It's still early enough. I would say yes. You know, you don't want to panic. You don't want to just throw everything overboard. You want to stay with what brought you here. Hey, he's been taught this not for hours, not for days, not for weeks. You know, months and years he's been taught this. You don't throw it out. You stay with it.
This is great stuff. I mean, great stuff. Bringing it every which way they are.
So you remember the time you were on a vacation, you saw that perfect sunset?
Oh, yeah.
It was just beautiful. This is beautiful.
That's a
tried and true method that works out very well. The counterpunch landing by Peters. It's been 2 minutes of non-stop action. Now the final minute has arrived. Able to dismiss his opponent's shot and then comes back with an uppercut. Good block there by the Cobra. Fine fundamentals, good counterpunch. Peters is coming up with the answers, avoiding that punch. A stinging counterpunch after some fine defense by Peters. What a good war this has been. What a good, solid fight it's been. The kind of fight that tells me somebody wants to get rid of the other guy.
It almost looks like they made a deal where neither one could win by decision, where if they didn't win by knockout, it doesn't count.
Able to cover up that gut. Away from those headshots with his defense up top. Able to cover up along the belt line, blocks that one. Nothing there on the punch by Peters. Nice block. Forman's proving to be elusive. Nice block by Forman. Showing you some defense there with the block. Peters has got a bad cut now that's opened up on his cheek. Blocks away that headshot. Neither man slowing down as we have 60 seconds to go in this round. Wow, just sit back and enjoy this one. You can tell both guys are so determined to give everything they have here tonight.
So it's like the first time you heard Ray Charles sing God Bless America. You knew it was special. You knew you hadn't heard it before. I haven't seen anything like this before.
Let's do it. Let's go ahead and get out of the way.
Game paying off. You can see the counter punch.
Yeah, you see the counter punch, but you know what I see? I see a little tentativeness now in him because he's afraid to let anything go because when he misses, bang, it gets caught.
tried and true method that works out very well. The counterpunch landing by Peters. Solid counterpunch by Peters. Finds his target again. Nice block by Peters. And a sharp counterpunch by Peters. Peters has got a bad cut now that's opened up on his cheek. 1 minute to go in this round. Neither man has decided to slow down at all. Oh boy, what a round. That's great stuff. He fires one right back after taking one. Gotta love the work by George Foreman. Able to get away from that headshot with the block. A headshot blocked. And as this round comes to an end, Teddy, you just get the sense that at any point this fight could come to an end because it is being fought with bad intentions.
Yes, these guys are not behaving like guys that are coming here thinking about going to the scorecards. They're letting everything go in every punch.
He goes down! He goes down! It was the uppercut that put him there. Up after that punch put him down on the canvas.
Now he needs to get on that bicycle and stay away from this guy.
Blocks that belt line well. This is going to take some guts to get up from this. Once again, he goes down. This fight is over. Big George Foreman's gonna be partying tonight. A knockout victory. It doesn't get better than that.
Your winner,
George Foreman's your winner by knockout.
I feel like I just read a book. You know, I know a little bit more about this guy now.
For Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore. Have yourself a great evening.